The Kaimanawa horses are a herd of horses that were released into the Kaimanawa plains, and over the years they've become a special breed to New Zealand, and what makes them so special is that there's no other horses like them in the world. They're their own genetic makeup. We went down to Wairuru and went into the plains early in the morning on the first day, and we sat up on a blind waiting for the helicopters to bring the first herds into the yards that were down in the valley. And it was the most surreal sight, watching this completely wild band of horses gallop across the horizon and just being mustered by these two helicopters, herding them like dogs would herd sheep, bringing them down across the river and into the yards. And it just captured that raw emotion that was so apparent there on the day. Like, there were horses that had never seen humans or never interacted with humans that were being brought into the yards and having to cope with this completely new situation. And that first day we watched about 10 herds being brought into the yards, and later on we got to go down to the yards and have a look through the rails at them, and they are the most extraordinary animals I've ever seen in my life. Seeing the wild horses and the ranges, it was probably one of the most amazing experiences of our life, and that's really what started our love for the horses. We went in the second day knowing that this is the day the horses either get rehomed and they go off to their new homes around North Island, or they go to the slaughterhouse. Knowing that is the hardest thing, because we knew that 120 horses had been applied for, but there were 200 horses that had been brought into the yards, and so we knew 80 horses would be going off to the slaughterhouses. These horses that weren't rehomed, it wasn't because they were too old or injured. Quite a lot of them were perfectly homeable, but there just wasn't enough homes and enough people wanting to take them and work with them. And so when these horses were getting loaded onto the trucks, the expressions were so sad, knowing that they had just come off the ranges and that they were going to watch the plane slip away as they went into this new terrifying situation. So we saved 11 horses from slaughter, and they got loaded onto the truck and headed home to our property in Northland. And it was absolutely gutting watching the other horses head off, because we knew we couldn't save them as well. But the 11 that we saved, it's been a journey that has completely transformed our lives, and we would never have had it any other way.